wasn't. Yeah, we're gonna get. Mayor said he's already wanted to separate.
I'm sure he has. I almost moved one time several years.
From me?
Yes, because I knew he was about to get in trouble because I couldn't be going. You know, and I start that and I can't quit. That's what happened in childbirth classes. I got kicked out.
In childbirth class?
Yes, ma'am. Totally kicked out.
Yeah, I can't sit beside anybody in trouble.
No. No, I can't because the minute somebody says something that's remotely makes me chuckle, I'm done.
Yeah. That's when you get up with the back. And you have to like
I ended up
erupt.
in a coat closet.
Oh.
8 months pregnant going, what the hell? I mean, I was laughing so hard. The lady came and opened the coat closet and said, Mrs. Hodge, I think you need to excuse yourself from your husband. I said, crack, I probably do. So we didn't even finish.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That is the absolute truth.
Well, clearly you made it through childbirth, so.
Clearly. That is the
So,
truth.
I got notification that everybody was going to be here. I don't know where Jason's at.
Jace was never.
Calvin, I guess I'm gonna have to start taking a shower or two.
No. Jace was never.
No, nobody on my side of the table.
Oh my God, Bert Tilly.
I know.
Taff was supposed to be here.
So all of
You ran them
this,
all off?
Apparently, I forgot. I did forget to shower this morning, so it could be my fault.
all of this is from the last meeting.
They're probably at the council chambers.
They're probably, that's where Taff is, I'll bet you $1,000.
204, something like that.
I mean, we do have a quorum, so.
Yes, need a motion to add
Anybody
that.
votes no,
Yeah.
then it's not gonna go.
You just say
What about this discussion?
no or yes.
Okay.
But if you want to, I did not ask you. We're on the same page.
We are on the same page. I know.
We can't.
Slide notes back and forth and texting on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can study it. We got.
I think yes, but I don't know, but I would assume.
And then Wade and I
Yes.
work together and get that started, and then however long that takes, and then bring it back to you guys and say, here's how much this overall project's gonna cost.
If I had to put money on it, I'd say yes. But I don't know for sure.
Me too. That's how I see it.
And it's been a topic in our office.
Yeah.
So like a mayor.
Sir.
Because we got a camera back here.
This discussion
Yeah.
in my award, this mission road, get the study road. We'll go ahead and get that road. So they got
I didn't study the rest of Tennessee Street too.
ready to roll.
Can we have your support?
Let's go. I'm all in on Tennessee.
I know, I am. If they don't hurry up, I'm not good.
I don't know where they are. They say gotta go.
Yes, sir.
We need
Support pass.
It can't cost that much money doing sidewalk studies. We're doing it for Mission Hill.
Dan, I think y'all need to make a food hall.
That's gonna be my estimate.
we got the study.
It may work.
'Cause I think I was in Marietta the other night and I saw theirs, and I read in the paper that Lawrenceville was doing one.
Really?
But they're private. I mean, they're not public.
They are.
It's time to go.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. The city council meeting for Cartersville will now come to order. And we'll open with our invocation.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Join me in the pledge.
I
pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Director, roll call.
Carrie Hodge, Ward 1. Here. Jay Stepp, Ward 2. Carrie Roth, Ward 3.
Here.
Calvin Cooley, Ward 4.
Here.
Gary Fox, Ward 5.
Here.
Taft Wren, Ward 6.
Okay, moving along. The first item on the agenda is the minutes from the last session. You all had a chance to see them. Are there any comments, changes? If not, there's a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is a special presentation for Motorcycle Awareness Month. And if the leader of the group will step forward, I have a proclamation to present. Most of all, I want to congratulate you. And I won't go through the whole detail, but I want to say, I, Calvin Cooley, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Cartersville, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2023 Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, and urge all motorists, operators to join in our effort to keep our cities, streets, and highways safe. I say congratulations.
Thank you.
One other thing, if I can just put it out there,
Go ahead.
let's just remember that April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. So let's try to watch everybody out there. Stay off your phones.
We're with Gene McLeod Foundation and Georgia Motorcycle Safety Alliance. And what we do at the Alliance is we try to make motorcycling safer than where it is now through effective legislation, working with our legislators to pass laws that better make the road safer for us, and through education, the training of motorcyclists to make sure they understand what their responsibility is on the highway around all motorists. We appreciate, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, we appreciate it. This means a lot to us because we take this and we work with the DOT to make our streets safer, and they understand this. Each year we do this to give us more strength to work with them and work with legislators. So
Well, that big part of it.
we thank you
Thank you very much.
I'd like to get some pictures.
You gonna get the jacket?
I'm gonna get him because she looks like the cameraman.
Got one?
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Put it in the newspaper?
I'll get in touch with Connie and send her a copy of the picture, and y'all can use it how y'all wish.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Everything.
We'll let y'all get on with your meeting. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, excuse me, Mission Road sidewalk petition.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I received an email earlier in the week, or last week, from Mark Staples, who lives in Reserve Pettit Creek. Mr. Staples, here, come on up, sir. And you asked for time to discuss with City Council petition that you had and you shared. And they have that in their copy of the minutes or their agenda packet. So if you'd like to go ahead and just state your name and address for the clerk.
Sure. My name is Mark Staples, and I live at 1412 Oaks Drive in the reserve at Pettit Creek, which is right off of Mission Road, approaching Burnt Hickory. So the city has had a feasibility study to run a sidewalk, basically from where the library is up to the intersection at Burnt Hickory and Mission Road. I've had several communications with Mr. Fox, kind of asking, you know, what the city's plan is and kind of when we can anticipate that being funded. So it's been several years now. So far it hasn't been funded. So we went around the Jackson Farm neighborhood, which is the new neighborhood right there on Mission Road, as well as through the 160 homes that exist in the reserve at Pettit Creek, and have approximately 200 signatures for residents who would really love that feasibility study was funded, and then the subsequent project be approved to actually put that sidewalk in to connect our neighborhood to downtown and to the library area. I have two young children. I don't really drive, so that would be allow us to access the public library and then also the downtown area. And I know everyone I talked to well over 150 people, and every single one of them was very excited about the idea of having a sidewalk put in.
As I share with the Mayor Pro Tem and the council in the work session, the feasibility study, depending on if we just say a sidewalk, it's around $20,000. It's probably between $20,000 and $30,000 if we do a bike path or a wider path. But funding is available. The Mayor and Council wanted to look at that through our SPLOST, the feasibility study. I know I've had some staff take a look at the sidewalk from Cherokee all the way down to Burnt Hickory. We're talking, if we do have the curb and gutter the road, it's probably $1.5 to $2 million, which is obviously a different pot of money. Got to find a larger amount, but
Sure, I assumed it would be $1 million project.
you know, it's going to be much more, like I said, $1.5 million to $2 million probably, but it's really the Mayor and Council determination how you want to proceed.
And that would also, I don't know how much you guys spent on putting the sidewalk along the Pettit Creek, going from Mission Road down to right outside the area here, the fire station we're at, but there's no public access really to that. I'm assuming $1 million project, and putting in that kind of sidewalk would basically give access to that great resource, in addition to giving our neighborhoods access.
First of all, thank you. You know, we've been in communication quite a bit about this, and it's something that I've been talking to these folks about. So that when you come forward to us with a petition of 200 people, it helps move things along.
Sure, and we have several people here tonight as well, kind of representing the different neighborhoods. So we would greatly appreciate any help in kind of at least funding the feasibility study and moving to that next step.
So, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, could I make a motion?
Are there any more discussions?
I would just say that I think that where Pettit Creek Trail dead ends to Mission Road there, I think you're right. There's not a way to go from there onto Mission Road or anywhere. So I think that would really open it up, even other folks even from this side of town to go that direction. I know that the ultimate goal is to join that over to down Burnt Hickory or over to 113 and Dillinger Park on that side. But I think this sidewalk coming into town is a great start to that. So I'm definitely in favor of that.
Thank you very much.
All right, any other questions for me?
No, sir.
Great. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So if there's no more discussion on this particular item, there's a motion on the floor to.
Actually, a motion would have to be added to the agenda first. You have to make a motion to add it to the agenda before you could actually make a motion, since there's not an item for that on the agenda. And if you are going to make a motion to add that, I do have a MOU with the state on opioids, which I would request you add at the same time. But we'll talk about that at the end of the agenda.
All right, I would like to make a motion to add the study for the Mission Road sidewalk as well as the opioid MOU to the agenda.
I'll second that.
So with that in mind, can we add this to the agenda and at the same time have a vote? I put it at the end of the agenda.
After you add it, then they can have a vote on it.
Okay. So there's a motion on the floor to add the feasibility petition to the agenda,
As well as the MOU, there's two
Yes, the
items.
MOU, yeah.
as well as the MOU.
I got a second on here.
Second.
So that's second both items or just one?
Those-
It's adding both of them, though.
to the
The
agenda.
MOU will be added at the end of the agenda, and the approving of authorizing the city manager to get a consulting agreement study done will be addressed now,
Now, okay, perfect.
once y'all vote on
Well,
it.
you gotta vote on that. Additional items you have to add on.
So the additional item has been voted on, right?
No,
just
there's
make a
just been a
and
motion,
second.
y'all haven't voted yet.
So now there's a motion on the floor to vote on the additional items,
Mhm.
24 and 25.
Aye.
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 All right.
So motion carried.
And now procedurally, you will vote on the actual motion to authorize the city manager to do a consultant study.
For the feasibility.
Yeah, I would like to make the motion to do a feasibility study for a multi-purpose path sidewalk from up Mission Road from Cherokee all the way to Burnt Hickory.
Okay.
Okay, there's a
Second.
motion on the floor. In a second,
Second.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Well. Next item on the agenda, we have some second reading of new ordinance. First one is Z23-01.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. This is a proposed rezoning for 405B Old Mill Road from general commercial to light industrial. It is a second reading. It has been properly posted and advertised and reviewed based on the standards of exercise of zoning powers, as well as the following case on the agenda. With that said, again, it being a second reading, there have been no additions or changes since the first reading, and it was recommended for approval with one condition, a 15-foot utility easement remaining on the property, and it was the previous condition the last time this property was rezoned.
Any discussion? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Before the motion, we have to do the public hearing on the zoning item. So ask if anybody from the public wishes to speak.
That being said, are there anybody from the public that wish to comment or speak on this particular item, Z23-01?
And if you don't have
Seeing
anybody,
there's
then you
none,
close.
Now,
Yeah.
that's closed, and we have a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. The next one is Z23-02.
This is a proposed rezoning for 8 Mimosa Terrace. It's at the corner of Mimosa Terrace and Joe Frank Harris Parkway. It's currently zoned R15. They're proposing general commercial. And with that, this is also a second reading. There was a recommendation for approval from the Planning Commission with the 3 enumerated conditions that are in your package. With that, there have been no additions or changes since the first reading, and the Planning Commission did recommend approval with those conditions.
They do discussion.
Public hearing again.
Open the public hearing.
Public hearing.
Is the public hearing open now for discussion? Seeing there's none, there's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item is panhandling.
Mayor, this is Mayor Pro Tem, this is a second reading of a amendment to our panhandling ordinance, which basically addresses what's referred to as aggressive panhandling. It is recommended by staff for your approval.
Okay. Is there any discussion? There been no discussion, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item is the first reading. Parks and Recreation ordinance update.
Mayor Pro Tem, this ordinance basically is updating the hours of the park with respect to parking. It's also adding a few prohibited uses such as drones, paragliding, and metal detector, and clarifying a few other things in the ordinance. It is recommended by the interim director for your approval. Though being a first reading, y'all don't have to take any action tonight.
So, being the first reading, without any discussions on this. So if not, this will be set aside to the next council meeting for final discussion and vote. So the next item is appointment for a new recreation director.
Yes, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, it's my recommendation to have Steve Roberts come in as new director for Parks and Recreation. Steve Roberts is here this evening, but I'd like to make that recommendation for the mayor and council to approve his appointment.
Any discussion? We talked about it before, so there's a motion on the floor to approve our new recreation director.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Steve, would you like to come and say a few words, please?
Julie goes where? Tonight?
Yeah, she doesn't have to.
Okay, that's fine.
Good afternoon. My name is Steve Roberts. I am very excited for the opportunity to be here in Cartersville. I've always held this city in great regards, and I'm hoping I can live up to the standards that Greg and Gordy have set in the past, and I look forward to being a part of the community. So I appreciate your trust in me, and I promise I won't let you down.
Thank you. I look forward to starting. He's going to start April 17th.
Thank you, Steve. DDA board member.
Good evening, Council. The DDA has one available seat on its board. After reviewing the candidates, the board would like to recommend the appointment of Carrie Barnes to the open position.
Any discussion? Motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carry on.
Thank you. The next item we have is the creation of festival zones. Although we do have an entertainment district in place, when we have outside vendors or event managers putting on an event downtown, we require a festival zone to be in place. I'm requesting one for the following dates: April 22nd for Barbecue and Brews, April 27th for the Chamber Barbecue event, October 15th for Ham Jam from the Cartersville Bicycle Service and Supply. That is on a Sunday. That event would be from 11 to 5 with Drown Valley Brewing Company serving the alcohol. And then October 21st for our Fall Barbecue and Brews event. And the proposed areas for the festival zone are up. We have the 2 Barbecue and Brews events with the larger zone that's been in place since 2017 that we've utilized, and the rest of the events would be utilizing just Friendship Plaza, the smaller green box that you see on the map.
Okay, we've seen this. Are there any discussion?
Mayor, just make you all aware, if you approve this, you'll need to approve the resolution as amended, as the one in your package doesn't have one of those dates she referenced.
We do need to add the 10/21 date. That's correct.
So with that added information, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next.
That one's me as well. The Downtown Development Authority is pursuing a new 10-year plan as our current one expires in 2024. So the cost of that being upwards of $90,000, we have applied to the Appalachian Regional Commission for a fund match. The ARC does serve our county with a 50-50 match as a transitional community, so that leaves us with $47,500 to raise. The DDA has received commitments of $15,000 from the county, $15,000 from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we are asking the city to also commit $15,000 towards that goal as well.
It'd be my recommendation to approve this, as I mentioned in the work session. I think this allows us to plan for the next 10 years. Mayor and council will have an opportunity to look at this as requested or discussed in the work session. You know, not everything now, just because you're approving this, of course, they have to get the grant to move forward with the overall plan. But if they do, the 10-year plan is not saying you're guaranteeing commitment to everything that's on that 10-year plan.
Any more discussion? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you, guys.
Next item is deed of dedication.
Mayor Pro Tem, this is a deed of dedication for the new Taco Bell, dedicating some right-of-way and utilities to the city after their construction's finished. It is recommended by staff for your approval.
Any discussion? There's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Woodland Drive.
Yes, sir. This is 115 Woodland Drive. We've talked about it. We've actually come under and have a contract now with the seller, and I recommend approval of this purchase. It's coming from the ARPA funds. It's part of the Terrell Heights subdivision. We're trying to improve stormwater out there.
Discussion? There's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. GMA Customer Service Training.
Yes, sir. As it mentioned, this came out of the Parks and Rec survey. There's some customer service training that we need to do in that department. So I kind of had Ann to take a look at citywide, get training from GMA. It's been about 5 years since we did that. It's going to be mandatory training for all employees at a cost of $8,500. Recommended for your approval. Have GMA come in here and do that customer service training.
Any discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. First Amendment to Jackson Farm Development Agreement.
Mayor Pro Tem, this is amending our existing agreement with Jackson Farm subdivision developers to allow them additional time to install sidewalks as there's been a little delay in their construction. It is recommended by staff for your approval.
Any discussion on this item? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. De-annexation of Water Department tract.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, as y'all are aware, the city owns several properties down by Highway 41 and Old Allatoona Dam Road in that area, and we wish to de-annex the properties that are in the city of Emerson, and then once they're de-annexed, then annex all those properties for the water department and the police department down there into the city of Cartersville city limits, so we can provide fire and police protection services to those areas. And this resolution just authorizes the city attorney to file all those necessary papers to do that.
Any discussion? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. West Avenue sewer replacement.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, Cartersville Water Department has a section of sanitary sewer in West Avenue between Irwin Street and the railroad. and it's in very poor condition and a source of stormwater inflow. The water department solicited 4 bids from contractors, and we recommend awarding this work to the low bidder, C.H. Kirkpatrick and Sons, in the amount of $131,872.42.
Do we have any discussion?
Is there an account number associated with this?
If you want it, I can give it.
Is this a budgeted expense?
No, it is not.
How are we going to fund it?
The funds are available in the sewer revenue.
Thank you.
You
for that
are so
clarification.
welcome. Appreciate
I'm
it.
with you. If there's no more discussion, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Road tractor and dump trailer.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I apologize. So the Cartersville Water Department currently has a 1998 Kenworth and dump trailer that both need to be replaced because of maintenance issues. The Water Department and garage solicited and received 2 bids, and we recommend the approval for the best bid for a Peterbilt of Atlanta truck and a dump trailer for the total price of $242,150.
Are there any discussion?
What's the delivery date on this? Is not till next year.
The delivery date is 2024, 26 to 30 weeks.
All right. Thank you.
So that concludes that. There's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank y'all.
I just hope they're as tough with the rest of the department heads that come up here.
Brent's not going to come back.
Stephen, you better sit back down.
You want an account number? Can we go ahead and start with
No.
that? Okay. Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item is for the purchase of 15,000 foot of 1.25 inch conduit. This is a stock purchase for us. It's a budgeted item, but to be funded by the 2020 SPLOST. Total amount is $10,800 from Utilicom Supply, and we recommend this for your approval.
Discussion? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Carter?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council. First to bring before you tonight our annual firefighter uniform purchase. This is for the no-mix uniforms that the suppression firefighters wear. They are NFPA compliant. They're also safety with flame retardant. The total cost for our annual purchase will be $31,362.40. This is a budgeted item and it is below budget. It will be TNT Uniforms, our uniform vendor located in Smyrna.
Do you have any questions for Mr. Carter? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item.
Yes, sir. This is to replace the original motor and swing arms for the gate operators for the security gates at Station 2 located on Peoples Valley Road. These units have been in service since 2002, so they've gone well beyond their need, and we cannot repair them at this time. We're going to use AutoGate Solutions, who handles the maintenance of all of our gates for all the fire stations. A total price of $7,850 to replace the gates and the arms. This is budgeted through our building maintenance funds.
Any discussion? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hampton?
Good evening, Mayor, Pro Tem, and Council. Here on behalf of the Electric Department, requesting your approval to purchase a 60-foot replacement bucket truck. We've got a 2003 model. Currently, it's a 55-foot bucket truck. It's a 2003 model. Was rebuilt one time in 2012. standard protocol for these type trucks is rebuild them one time and then replace them, and that gets you about 20 years out of one truck. So that truck be on a Freightliner chassis, and having the additional 5 feet of reach was obviously a benefit to us. It's a Altech model truck, which is what we standardize on, sole source from Altech with a local rep here in Cartersville. It's a budgeted expense to be split over 3 years, which is in line with the delivery times right now for those trucks. It's expected to be here in 2026, and we're requesting a cost not to exceed of $335,000, which is a little bit over, I think about $22,000 over the quote, but just to give us some room in there for market fluctuations and final customization of the truck itself. This will be spread over the 3 years of waiting while the truck getting built. We'll be budgeting a third of the cost, kind of sit back in savings so we can pay for the truck when it gets here.
Are there any discussion for Derek? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Next item is tourist product and development at funds for CVB marketing.
Yes, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, the picture up there was included in your packet. Basically, it's a community corner at Lake Point. It's been put together by the CVB, working with Lake Point, the city and the county. I'm requesting $20,000. The county put in $20,000. The CVB put in $20,000. We're trying to attract those visitors to come to Lake Point. A lot of them don't always stay here, don't always spend their money here, so we're trying to attract them to Cartersville and Bartow County, spend those sales tax dollars and money in our community. Ask for the $20,000 from our tourism product development funds to help pay for this community corner. And then CVB will continue, that was kind of get this corner set up, and then going forward, they're going to maintain that. So they'll pay the ongoing expenses to keep this up there, and they're also trying to do other promotions too. When sporting teams come here, they're trying to get that information out ahead of time and trying to get them to stay at our local hotels and like I said, spend money in our community. So I recommend approval of this $20,000 for tourism product development funds.
So the CVB is really gonna be in control of what is put in there as far as marketing?
Yes.
What parts of our community, the businesses, that's they're in control of that?
They are in control of that, and they're going to maintain that going forward.
With that in mind, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 24.
Mayor, this is, Pro Tem, this is a amendment to the MOU between the state and TiVo, Walgreens, and Walmart with respect to the opioid litigation, which y'all have already approved once, but the state's made some additional changes to it. So as a signer on it, we have to approve that as well, and it is recommended by our council for y'all's approval.
Any discussion? If not, there's a motion on the floor.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Outstanding. This concludes the last item on the agenda. Are there any last minute discussion?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I'd just like to share, Derek sent me something just a little while ago that our electric department is recognized for reliable electric service to our community. In 2022, the American Public Power Association, a trade group that represents over 2,000 not-for-profit community-owned electric utilities, shows that we are in that top group. I'd like to thank Derek and his team for continuing to provide good, solid power for our community. I know that if we have a storm, they get out there and service that in a timely manner. But this is just something that Teal share and working with Logan to push this out to our public. But again, we have a strong team in place in the electric department. They do a tremendous job for us. So I just want to share that with the mayor and council that his department received this award, being recognized for reliable electric service to our community.
Thank you, Derek, for your outstanding services. I know you've been pretty busy this past couple of months with all the storms and things. So.
Yeah, and thank y'all for all the support with the guys going on storm teams and things of that nature. All that stuff helps to keep their skills sharp. It's kind of like a sport or anything else. And when you do it, the better you get at it, keep your skills sharp. So thank y'all for the support.
One thing for sure, we do not take you for granted. We appreciate it. Thank you. If there is no more discussion, there is a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Next back station, next back meeting.